cannot believe that Cat Ocean Pearl made a not mean message to people who are planning to wish Soraya a happy birthday on June 29th, which is 5 days late.
I know right, Zach. Soraya deserves a happy birthday on this month more than the ugliest girl ever. Have fun with Syra. So, this is why we prefer June last year than June this year, because people wished Tanvir and Soraya a happy birthday on this month on last year instead of the ugly girl Syra. What should we do for today for Cat Ocean Pearl 6472? Hey Zach. I have an idea.
What is that, Heather?
We will force Cat Ocean Pearl 6472 to have fun with Syra and like Soraya again. And replace the ugliest girl Syra with Soraya on his videos. So, we can wish Soraya a happy birthday again instead of Michelle Animate 2002 and make a birthday special videos out of her instead of Michelle Animate 2002. Just like June last year, because Cat Ocean Pearl wished Syra a happy birthday instead of wished Tanvir Animate a happy birthday 1 week ago, which is June 14th.
Hey, that's a great idea, Heather. Now let's force Cat Ocean Pearl to replace Syra with Soraya again on his videos. Because he also keep making round the videos out of us non-stop.
Well, time to make another Go Animate videos. Not Zach and Heather again. What do you both want this time?
Hey Cat Ocean Pearl. We heard that you made a message to people who are planning to wish Kawaii Galaxy 2004 aka Soraya a happy birthday on your community post 2 weeks ago. So, would you like to be friends with Soraya again and have fun with Syra? And wish Soraya a happy birthday again just like you did on last year on June 29th this year?
Yeah. I agree with Heather. Can you please have fun with Syra and like Kawaii Galaxy 2004 aka Star Soraya again and replace Syra with Soraya on your video please?
Hey, listen here Zach and Heather. I don't want to have fun with Syra and like Soraya again. And wish Soraya a happy birthday again just like last year is. Because of 1. She is a criminal. 2. She sexually harassed Kelly. 3. She hurted Sophie Cat aka Maggie Cookie / Strawberry Nicholas's feelings. 4. She is a pervert. 5. She dated Seth Neely when she is 16 years old, and Seth is 20 years old last year, which is pedophile. 6. She hacks Angadafa's 2019 account. Even though I still hate Soraya's in real life brother Anga for being a criminal as well. And 7. She apologized too many times. And Soraya blew it so many times. So no, I will not have fun with Syra and like Kawaii Galaxy 2004 aka Star Soraya again. And wish Soraya a happy birthday again. And replace Syra with Soraya on my videos.
We don't give a shit about what you've saying. Start hating have fun with Syra and like Kawaii Galaxy 2004 aka Soraya again, and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Or else we will ground you for the rest of your freaking boring life.
No. I repeat. No. I will not play Syra and like Soraya again. Replace Syra with Soraya on my videos. Or wishing Soraya a happy birthday either. Because if I do one of these, then people would call me a criminal supporter. And I got a hate base for the 3rd time if I replace Syra with Soraya on my videos. First, I got a hate base back in September last year. Because of what I have ever done back in 2019 and 2020. Second, I got a hate base back before Iquan's 20th birthday last year. And I will not getting a hate base for the 3rd time on this year for hating Syra and like Soraya again and replace Syra with Soraya with an invalid reason or for no reason.
Hey hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now. Hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos right now.
No way. I mean, there is no way that I hate Syra and like Soraya again and replace Syra with Soraya on my videos for no reason. And that's totally final. You both are criminal supporter.
That's it. You are grounded for the rest of your boring life for not hating Syra and like Soraya again and replace Syra with Soraya on your videos. Go to your room right now and sleep forever. You stupid Soraya haters.
Wow, just wow. Zack and Heather the criminal supporter. How dare you force me to hate Syra and like Soraya again for no reason at all. When Soraya committed a lot of crimes. You should know that criminals like Soraya can't be trusted, supported, forgiven. No deserves a good birthday. And also, why in the living hell did you both ground me just because I'm not hating Syra and like Soraya again and replacing Syra with Soraya in my videos? That's it. I'm calling your parents for forcing me to hate Syra and like Soraya and replace Syra with Soraya in my videos with an invalid slash for no reason. Go home right now. Both are nothing but Soraya's fanboys and fanboys.
Zack and Heather. Are you out of your mind? How dare you force Katoshin Pearl 6472 to have fun with Syra and like Star Soraya again, and replace Syra with Soraya on his videos just because he hates Star Soraya for committed a lot of crimes. And Syra never caused any of the crimes Syra committed. And besides, Katoshin Pearl made a good choice about June 29th. When he made a not mean message to people who were planning to wish Soraya a happy birthday on last 2 weeks ago.
That's it. For being a Soraya fanboys and fangirls and force Katoshin Pearl to hate Syra and like Soraya again and replace Syra with Soraya on his videos. You are grounded for 3 weeks.
As your punishment, you will be forced to play all of the Super Sentai games by Adrian the Dark Warrior 05 and Nyanga Hawkins. Stay here until Adrian and Nyanga Hawkins comes to force you to play all of the Super Sentai games. And don't you think about escaping from here until Adrian and Nyanga Hawkins comes.
Well. Zack and Heather aka WPPF 9000's troublemakers. For forcing Katoshin Pearl 6472 to bring back Star Soraya on his video by hating Syra and like Soraya again and replace Syra with Soraya on his videos for no reason at all. You will be forced to play all the Super Sentai games by us. Adrian the Dark Warrior 05 and me. Ayana Hawkins.
What? Get forced to play all the Super Sentai games? No. We don't want to play all the Super Sentai games since in our thoughts, all of the games suck so hard.
Well, too bad Zack and Heather. You both will be forced to play all of the Super Sentai games and that's final.
Well, all of the games that we are played sucks. Superman 64 on the Nintendo 64 is way better than all of the Super Sentai games.
Well, Zach and Heather, this is what you get for being a Soraya fanboys and fangirls and forcing Cat Ocean Pearl 6472 to have fun with Syra and like star Soraya again, and also forcing Cat Ocean Pearl 6472 to replace Syra with star Soraya on his video for no reason.
Yeah. I agree with Ayanna Hawkins. You both should cut ties with Star Soraya permanently because of Star Soraya committed a lot of crimes for what Soraya did. Go to your room right now and think about what you've both did. You both are the criminal supporter.
We hate you, Adrian and Ayanna. Why?